What is up, Scentsy fans? It's Patricia. Today I'm bringing to you my empties for the month of January with Scentsy. So I've been working really hard to finish up partials, and I have a few bricks here, and we can go over things that are currently available and things that are not, but it's important to hear about everything because you often see these things resurface. Sometimes it's in flash sales, clearance sales, bring back my bar voting, etc. So let's go through. I only have a few non-wax items, so I'll go over the items that are in scents that you can get available now. Fluffy Fleece in Scentsy Soak. So Scentsy Soak is no longer available, but Fluffy Fleece is a scent that you can get in other products. Blackcurrant, Cozy Musk, and Heliotrope. My husband loves the Scentsy Soaks. Too bad we don't get access to them anymore, except for there was a Just Breathe in the January whiff box, so that was nice, a nice little treat. Also, this scent is available in other products, but not in this product anymore. It is Cider Mill Counter Clean. This is really nice. Cider Mill is like apples and pumpkins and spices. Really nice. And Counter Clean is great for, I call it the call the manager kind of cleaning jobs. It's a little bit more sturdy. And for everyday gentle jobs, I use the all-purpose cleaner. If something's a little more stubborn, I use Counter Clean. All right, I have pods, 2 sets of Cozy Cardigan. I do have wax testers in Cozy Cardigan as well. So right here, I finished up 5 testers and some pods. So Cozy Cardigan, I don't have the notes, but it's something like blushing rose, amber, suede, and silk. Yeah, it's a very pretty, feminine. They put in the fresh category, but if we had a romance category, we'd probably go in that. So the rose is not very dominant in that scent. So, and I warmed some of these testers, 2 testers in the kids' bathroom and 3 of them in Erica's room. All right, why don't we continue on with testers? I finished up 8 of them in Autumn Sunset, which is basically a spicy, red hot kind of cinnamon potpourri medley. It's got, I think, apples and pumpkins and cinnamon and spices, something like that. I'll put the notes below. But I used this on a day in the melting challenge. It said to warm a red hot cinnamon scent. So I'm actually melting a little bit ahead so I can stay on top of things. And that one's about a medium intensity for me. Let's talk about some bars. So I finished a flat bottom around the campfire. I love this one for mixing. It's Mountain Air, Fresh Fallen Wood, and Smoky Embers. So a lot of times I'll use 1 cube of something to half a cube of around the campfire. So it does take me a while to go through a clamshell. But I believe I mixed this one quite a bit with Simply Vanilla. I think I mixed it with some vanilla bean buttercream. And it mixes with a lot of things. I mixed it, I believe, with sugar last month. So very good. Excellent. I hope to see that one back. I will be clubbing that one when it goes away the end of February, which I expect it will. All right. So I have LFC, which stands for Liverpool Football Club, I believe. Bergamot, Lavender, and Amber. This was a white wax. And I used a little bit in, I think, my overnight warmers, and I used some in the TV room. Yes, and even when I didn't have my sense of smell, I could kind of walk in the room and smell this, which I found odd. Certain scents I could pick up. I am starting to get it back, but I feel like I can smell lighter things and not necessarily the boomers. I really don't know. But anyway, this is a masculine, almost like a clean, gentle cologne. There you go. No need to repurchase that. I finished up Disney. It's a Small World, the happiest cruise that ever sailed. I did finish this off when I couldn't smell very well. So this one has Peruvian lime, sunny apple, and sweet fruit sugar. I finished it up in the entranceway, and I don't know how long it lasted, but when I warmed it for Tester Tuesday, I found like it didn't last very long for me. I couldn't smell it very well. And to me, it's a slightly lime derivative of candy apple. All right, I finished up a couple scents of the month. Mostly for samples, I finished Shamrock Splash. This one has Juicy Tangerine, Red Strawberry, and Jasmine Blossom. And what I could smell from that, I found it was fairly strong. And I will be doing a Tester Tuesday, hopefully this coming Tuesday, if not the following Tuesday, whenever my nose comes back to normal. On this one, obviously, it's going to be kind of late to the game, but stay tuned for that. I finished up Candy Orchard. This one has notes of spun sugar, raspberry, and warm vanilla. This is like a raspberry cotton candy, very nice, sweet. Reminds me, now that people have pointed it out, I'm like, yes, for sure. It's very similar to the raspberry note that you get in cotton candy cookie without the cookie. So that's very nice. I do really like that scent, actually. The more I warmed it and walked into the room, the more I was enjoying it as time was going on. So from the Mardi Gras collection, I have Midnight Masquerade. Beautiful, beautiful packaging on this one. Sugared beignets, smoky vanilla, and midnight lily. The first thing that I get is the smoky vanilla. And then I get a lily and almost like a fancy vanilla beignet kind of influence. I often say that Southern evening, you picture like a man and a woman kind of like trying to decide about their relationship on the front porch of a humid Southern, home down near the bayou. This one, it's like there's a woman sitting at a New Orleans cafe, and it's late at night, and you can feel the smokiness in the air, and you could smell a little bit of that beignet in the background, but she just smells like a beautiful lily, and a man walks by and he's kind of captivated by her. And that's this. I'm not sure if I like it after all that. I'm not sure if I like this scent very much, but I appreciate it's definitely unique. And if I had any more, I would have saved it for the upcoming day in the melting challenge. It says melt a complex scent, because I feel like this is a complex scent. If it's not complex, it's definitely unique. All right, so I think let's talk about this one. I pulled this out one day, Perfect Day, and this is autumn pear spice syrup and a splash of bourbon. I warmed this and I was just like, I'm not sure what I feel about it. It's almost like the fall winter version of Appletini Splash, but I like Appletini Splash a lot more. So I'm happy to get this out of my collection. I think I did make some samples in case someone hasn't experienced this so they can see what they think before it goes away. I have a feeling we won't see this one back next fall winter. I finished up Wabbees. This is an LTO scent, so it's only going to be around for a short time, and it's bergamot, sage, and cedarwood, and it's a strong kind of heavy man cologne scent. Very strong. Very strong. That's all I get to say about that. This I warmed on a day. It said warm a scent that reminds you of Australia, and I thought perfect. That's what's kind of based off of. So, and I'm not sure if you're from Australia. Please let me know. In Canada, our birthday is called Canada Day. I know in different countries it's called something else. I think in Australia it's called Australia Day, but I could be wrong. So correct me down below. All right, let's talk about the Friends bar. I didn't really like this one. It's double espresso, freshly brewed coffee, and coconut cream. So if you were brand new to a scent and you saw espresso and freshly brewed coffee, you would think a very heavy coffee presence. But no, it's like a heavy coconut oily kind of presence with barely any coffee, like barely any coffee. I remember when I smelled this the very first time, I said, do they drink coffee at Scentsy? Because this just does not smell like a coffee scent. It's not coffee dominant. Usually most people that want coffee dominant, especially if you're going to put double espresso, freshly brewed coffee. That did not deliver on the scent description. All right, so I think let's talk about the couple of Valentine's Day bars that I finished. I actually have I Pick You still. I'm kind of saving that one because it's my favorite. It was kind of a surprise favorite because on Cold Sniffs, I liked it the least. Well, it's not that I disliked it, but you know what I mean? It was in third place, and then it shot up to first place. So in second place was Perfectly Cute. This one was really, really nice. I actually liked this the best on Cold Sniff, but it went down to second, but it's very, very good. It's like a fruity, vibrant shampoo kind of scent. Very like girly fragrance mist, but like a saturated fruit tone to it. Let me read you the notes. Perfectly Cute is golden pear, whipped vanilla, and apricot blossom. So I think I would buy more if I wasn't trying to be so strict, but that is very, very nice. I didn't like this one as much, Simply the Zest. I found the performance a little bit, lacking. So Simply the Zest is sandalwood, lush greens, and tropical fruits. And I didn't really get a lot of sandalwood or lush greens. I mostly got a citrusy, fruity, tropical blend. Yeah, it was okay. It reminded me of a drink that you'd have in the morning, an alcoholic beverage, a fancy beverage, maybe if you had, like you're on your honeymoon, something like that. All right, I finished up, I think, 3 of the current Bring Back My bars. So depending on when you're watching this, these may be available now. If you watch this on February 1st, these will be gone, unfortunately. So this one was Ryan's favorite, and I would say it's one of the better performing ones of the ones that I've revisited this time around. It's Strawberry Sweetie. So Strawberry Sweetie is strawberry, sugar, and vanilla, and it's a candied artificial strawberry, a little bit sour to my nose, kind of zingy and airy, but heavy at the same time. It's hard to explain. I don't care for this, but man, the performance is excellent. Like, it could be because I don't love it, but I find it fairly strong, like a medium plus and fairly long lasting. So I think what I might do to kind of throw Ryan a bone, I did pick up one spare clam of this, but what I might do is put this as my half off for my next club, and then I might keep it for 1 or 2 rounds, and that will prevent me from buying a brick. Strategic. And then when I really want a brick, I'll have to axe Strawberry Sweetie. So there you go. Twilight from the current Bring Back My Bar. This one here, I might have put this, soft romantic florals and ocean air. I live close to the ocean. I don't find I get ocean air. I get like a fresh air, like a floral fresh air. A little bit of like an elderly lady soapiness tone to it, but almost like a clean baby has just had a beautiful bath and smells terrific with an elderly lady soap and the fresh air from the park. That's what I get with Twilight. It seemed to last, like it seemed to kind of just tick along, and it was just going and going, but not I can't remember the intensity. I would say it was like a medium-ish. So I have toasted apple butter. This I finished off in my entranceway. I had 2 cubes. Toasted apple butter. I think I put in the wrong section of my notes here. Let me just see. Yes, I did. Creamy butter, ripe apples, rich spices. I like this better when I finished the 2 cubes in my entranceway. And I thought to myself, should I get another one? And I'm like, no, you're melting through tons of wax and you need to pick up your favorites. So this was very much a like, not a love. It reminds me of a variation of like an apple pie filling, but it's really roasty and toasty. Almost like it says toasted apple butter. I can definitely feel like they browned the butter a little bit, and that makes it nutty to me. So yeah, this was nice in my entranceway, but like I said, I don't need to buy any more. It's a like, not a love. All right, now let's move on to the brick I finished. Now this is an old brick, but this is in a scent that you can get right now. This is Eskimo Kiss. However, the brick is no longer available, but the scent is available as Polar Bear Hug. They renamed it. So this one is blackberry jam, caramelized brown sugar, vanilla, and amber. And this was from 2016. I have a question mark because I had an older one that was from 2015. This is an updated packaging. This is so long lasting. I just can't get over how long lasting this was. It took me forever to get through this brick. Yeah, I don't know if they just don't make the wax the way they used to do in 2016, but that was a phenomenal performer. Now that we're on to bricks, we might as well keep on to bricks. I finished 3 more. So I finished a total of 4, and I have one that's almost ready to go. So you'll see that in my next empties, probably sometime in February. Winter's Eve. This one I didn't care for when I first warmed it last season, but I must say I did come around to it. It was a lot better scent appeal wise, not standing out as in I would repurchase it, but I tolerated it better. But I also found it not as strong, so it felt like it lost some intensity from when it first came out. I could be wrong. If you've experienced that with this scent, please let me know. So this is Evergreen Forest, White Cedar, Sparkling Bergamot. So a lot of I'll be honest, I finished this off in the garage. Like I would put this scent in, and then I put the next scent that I'm going to tell you about, and I would just alternate back and forth. This I'd leave for about 2 days, and I had less of it, and like I said, not a repurchase. The next one, not a repurchase as well, and this one I had a full brick. So, and I did gift 1 cube to one of my local customers thinking she would love it. I'm not sure if she tried it yet, but anyway, this is Ginger and Spruce from 2018. Spruce, Fresh Ginger, and Cassis. And I don't really get Cassis, and I'm not really sure what I get some days. Let me just smell this. I am getting some of my scents to smell back. Yeah. So this smells almost like a minty gum with a dried ginger. And the minty gum is kind of like a spearmint, wintergreen mint to me. It's not peppermint. So that's kind of what I get, and that's probably way off what most people get. And that's what I got back when I had my nose at 100%. So, but I will say I would leave this one going for about 2 days, and then I would leave this one going for about 4 days. Very long lasting. And that was probably 4 days not turning off kind of thing. Very long lasting. And recently I finished up Sugarplumry. And Sugarplumry just retired from the scents of the season in bar size. This was spiced citrus peels, evergreen berries, sugar plum, and cinnamon sticks. And this reminds me of like a blue Christmas scent, and then you added something like a black raspberry vanilla or a dancing sugar plums with it. That's kind of what I got. And it was very, very strong. And I warmed the rest of it when I didn't really have a great sense of smell. And it's funny, days later I can kind of smell it because I finished it up in the garage today just because I wanted to finish it up. It was almost done. And I was trying to say to myself, like, what scents are so strong that I think they're going to like overpower the new place, or what scents do I not want to warm in my new place? So that's kind of some of what I went through this month. But yeah, I like this, just not a love, but I would definitely say excellent performer in terms of strength. Longevity is maybe about average. All right, maybe let's talk about a couple testers. Marvel 9 Realms, I warmed on a day where it said melt a scent that reminds you of a movie or a TV show. So I don't have the notes on this, but I think there's like lavender lightning, and I forget the notes. I'll put them below. They're on the tip of my head, but it's clouded with too much clutter. But this back in the day would remind me of a variation of bug spray, and that sounds really negative, but that's kind of what it reminds me of. It's just not a scent for me. It's kind of like a youthful, fresh, young male adult scent. I think like if you had like someone Ryan's age or between Ryan and Drew's age, this would be great in their bedroom. It's just not something you can get anymore, so probably don't need to talk anymore about it. Speaking of that age, this one Ryan really likes, and it's Pink Sugarberry Mint. So I finished up these 3 testers in his room, and I'm sorry, these bags are so old and ratty, but what I do is every change of season, I just take old ones out and I put, like if I have scents that are retiring from my main tester box, and then I have usually a couple, borrow bags in case anybody local wants to smell through a whole set. And I usually just swap things out, so that's kind of why they look so beat up. And I'm okay with that. It just kind of looks ugly. Okay, Pink Sugarberry Mint is raspberry sugar and a hint of peppermint. I do not really get the peppermint. This is kind of, it's somewhat similar to the Candy Orchard raspberry. So if you can't get Pink Sugarberry Mint, maybe give Candy Orchard a try, although this is a better performer. To me, it lasts longer at a little bit stronger intensity. All right, this one I warmed when I couldn't really smell the greatest, and I mixed this Amber Holo, 1 tester, with a full cube of vanilla bean buttercream. And my smell wasn't the greatest, but I could smell this. And it was really booming through the house. And you know what? It wasn't terrible mixed with the vanilla bean buttercream. Now, probably it's because I couldn't smell the greatest. That's probably why I thought it wasn't terrible. But when I smell this by itself, it smells like a curried, heavy spice medley. Like there used to be a scent from Yankee Candle called Cinnamon Vanilla, and sometimes people said, I think that's what it was called. Sometimes people said it smelled like curry, and this one I could kind of see that. And I remember when I got this kit, I think it was September of 2018, was it, or 2019? Anyway, I got the kit, it was sitting up in the bedroom, and my husband's like, something upstairs smells really gross. And it was this, like the box. It was just so strong that he could smell it when he walked by. Oh, that's funny. Anyway, I think I had to move the kit so that, he wasn't going to be bothered. All right, so that's the testers. Let's move on to some of the retired items that I finished off. So I finished off 2 Almond Croissant, which is basically like a croissant, and it's got, what else does it have? Cinnamon sugar and almond. I don't find, like I've only had, I think 2 almond croissants, and they didn't really smell like this. This smells more brown sugarish to me. And I don't know, but a lot of Scentsy's Bakery has the same kind of like basic tone, like some of these type of scents, they smell very similar. So I don't love this as much as most people. I feel like hiding, but it's just okay. Like I wish I loved it. It's one of those scents that sometimes you're thinking, well, I should probably love this, but why don't I love this? I don't know. I mixed with this and I used it up in my overnight warmers, and these were both flat bottoms, so it's good to clear some of those out. 2 more flat bottoms. I finished up Cozy Cashmere. So Cozy Cashmere is blackberries, amber, and cashmere musk. This is like a little bit of a more sophisticated, cozy cardigan. Yeah, it's a little bit more heavy, more amber. I finished this off in Erica's room. And I also warmed some of this in Erica's room and my room. It is Cozy Cabin. Cozy Cabin is from the same Cozy collection. It is Christmas Bayberry, Chiffon Musk, and Cedarwood. This just doesn't perform very good for me, very well, but it smells nice. And it reminds me of Woodland Suede, but on a lighter intensity and slightly different, of course. So there you go. Moving on, we have All You Need Is Love. I warmed this on a day where it said, it's in the name, pick something that reminds you of Valentine's Day. So I thought, perfect, all you need is love. And I wasn't smelling the greatest, but I could smell this one for some reason. It's not even overly strong. And All You Need Is Love has like coconut sugar. Do I even have this written down? Yes, coconut sugar, creamy vanilla, and Bing cherry. I don't get any Bing cherry, and they did come out with an oil called coconut sugar, which was the exact same scent. So that was kind of nice. And I have lots of backups of these. So, all right, the next one here, recently retired from the Harvest collection, it was so strong, and I didn't even remember warming it the first time, but this was so strong. Fall Into Love. I couldn't believe how strong this was for me. Fresh orange peel, cool eucalyptus, and sweet balsam. I warmed this on a day. It said warm something eucalyptus. But there was definitely a lot of tree and balsam, but it was very sweet and bright and vibrant. And I could smell something else. It says orange peel, I guess so. But yeah, let me just smell it now. Yeah, this is one of the ones that when I smell it now, I can't smell it nearly as strong as I normally could. But anyway, I remember thinking I wish I had more, but not something. I'm kind of glad I warmed it after the fact because now I can't get more. And so I don't have to buy an extra one. All right, I have a Perfectly Pomegranate, which is pomegranate and sweet berry from 2022. This is an old school scent, and you can get this in brick, so just as a heads up, through Scentsy Club. I can smell this plain as day now. I know exactly what it smells like. It smells good. It smells artificial red berry pomegranate. The pomegranate is not tangy. It's very flat, juvenile, somewhat artificial, but I still really like it. Even though I kind of sound like I don't, this is one that I like. I don't think most people do. So if you like Perfectly Pomegranate, let me know down below. All right, I have a Sunburst Bamboo. This was from January of 2023, and I just want to kind of finish these up. I have one more to go. And this one is Sunburst Bamboo, Crisp Cucumber, and Peony. And I warmed this one in the kids' bathroom quite a bit. Yeah, it would perform fairly well there. I think I finished it off in the TV room upstairs. So I will finish off the one more and probably not repurchase just because the shelf life doesn't seem the greatest. I remember I had a scent circle that went off and it was really disgusting. So I'm kind of nervous that my wax is going to do the same thing. I have a Birthday Wishes from 2021. This was really nice paired with Happy Birthday. It's kind of like Happy Birthday has a little chocolate undertone, and this maybe has like a little tiny caramel undertone, but very much vanilla based. Very, very nice. Let's read the notes on this one. Rainbow sugar sprinkles, cake batter, and whipped vanilla. So I will say that I don't find it as strong as Happy Birthday. So maybe just overall not as good of a performer, but I do have a few more of these to enjoy, so I'm happy about that. All right, let's talk about some Bring Back My Bars that are no longer available. As you can see, I did very well this last 2 weeks. I finished up a Mulberry Bush from 2021, this flat bottom. It's mulberry and orange peels. I don't care for this one. Yeah, I can't smell it the greatest in here now, but I just wanted to finish it off. When I could smell, I warmed this, but it kind of reminds me of a variation of Wild Black Cherry. If you like Wild Black Cherry and you find it really, really strong, you might be okay with this, but all right, Cherry Almond Pie. I knew this was really strong, so I wanted to finish it off here. Graham crackers, sweet almond cream, and cherry. So I finished this. I think I warmed 2 cubes in my entranceway one time, and then the other 6 cubes I warmed in my big area. And it did fine, and I still smell it. It's very, very strong here right now. Yeah, so it's like a cherry, kind of pistachio, cherry, amaretto kind of cherry, that tone that you get. And then there's like it says, I think, almond cream, but you can definitely smell almond extract. I don't really get a lot of the graham crackers, but one of my favorites is Simply Vanilla. This is basically classic warm vanilla, and some spots they describe it as French vanilla with a touch of coconut milk. And so sometimes when you look up the notes for this, you'll see both descriptions, and then vanilla cream is the exact same description of, I think it's French vanilla with a touch of coconut milk. So some people think they're the exact same scent. Personally, I feel there's a little bit of a difference, but it's not a huge difference. I do like both. I keep both in my club for some stupid reason, but I do really like Simply Vanilla. This is old packaging. And I received this, probably this was my most recent Simply Vanilla that they sent in Bring Back My Bar, but it's dated April of 2021. So I was kind of annoyed that I got an older one. But sometimes that happens. Like you'll be getting new ones and then all of a sudden you'll get an old one like randomly sent to you. So it kind of sucks, but yeah, I do love Simply Vanilla. It performs quite well for me. One of my daughter's favorites, Blueberry Rush. I have a few more of these left to go. It's blueberry, cranberry, blackcurrant, and pomegranate. And there's something in there that's like a dusty, ashy kind of undertone to me. It's a heavy blueberry. Not overly sweet, kind of like middle sweetness for me, but a strong performer. I finished that in the open area. I think I mixed that with something. Almond Croissant, maybe? I forget. And this is probably one of the standouts of the month. Maybe I'll hold on to this and I'll talk to you quickly about these two oils. So I did finish up two oils. One was from the Harvest Oil 3-pack, probably like 3 years ago, and it is Golden Pear Nectar. So Golden Pear Nectar says golden pear, crisp apple, and apricot nectar. This was nice. It was bright and refreshing. It was a nice change of pace. I did like that one. And this one was really, really nice. This was from a summer collection, Lemon Dragon Fruit. So lemon dragon fruit, I don't have the notes, but it's very tangy and bright and tropical and juicy and vibrant. So I liked both of those. And this one was probably one of the best performing bars in terms of longevity. It's a great scent. I hope to see it back. This was back in 2020. And I think someone messaged me recently and she really loves it too. So she's hoping to have it back. And it is Rio Beach. Rio Beach has notes of coconut milk, tropical fruit, and tonka bean. And this is outstanding. Performance is great. Lasts a long, long, long time. If you're someone that likes value, you want to vote back Rio Beach. It's about a medium to medium plus and just so long lasting. So definitely highly recommend. Write that one down. Let me know down below if you've picked up any of the Mardi Gras collection. And if you have, what are your thoughts on it? What is your favorite and what is your least favorite from the Mardi Gras collection? I'm interested to hear. So thanks for watching. Take care and I'll see you guys in the next video.